Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. As-salatu was-salam ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilman. So, assalamu alaikum everyone. We continue with our topic of the Quranic guide to mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And we have been talking about how right in the beginning we need to strengthen our relationship with Allah, with the divine. And so over the next 3 days, we will explore 3 key aspects of developing this meaningful connection and relationship with Allah. Today we start with love of Allah. Tomorrow we will talk about awe of Allah or khashya. And 3, submission or obedience to Allah. So today let's begin with love, the foundation upon which a sincere and fulfilling relationship with Him is built. So why begin with love? Love, we know, is a powerful force. It attracts us, it draws us closer, and it deepens our connection. When we love someone or something, we naturally want to know more about them, to spend time with them, and to seek their pleasure. Our journey towards Allah begins with love because it is the strongest motivator for devotion, for worship, for obedience. Love transforms our connection with Him from a set of obligations into a deeply personal, reciprocal, and soul-fulfilling relationship. So Allah's love for us. One of the most beautiful reassurances in the Quran is that Allah loves His creation. He is close to us. He guides us continuously, and He has created based on love and mercy. For example, in Surah Al-Ma'idah, He describes His love for the believers by saying, Allah will bring forth a people whom He loves and who love Him. This verse reminds us that He loves us first. His love is not distant or conditional. It is constant, encompassing, and deeply personal. We are told that He is closer to us than our jugular vein. Recognizing this love inspires us to draw closer to Him and to strengthen our connection with Him. So our reflection for today is from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse which is chapter 2, verse 165, where Allah describes 2 types of people. And there are some amongst mankind who take others as equals to Allah. They love them as they should love Allah, and those who believe are stronger in love for Allah. So this verse highlights a crucial distinction. Some people attach their deepest love to worldly figures or objects, equating them with Allah in devotion and attachment. Their world centers around them, around something or someone which is other than Allah, that is their master. So it is said that all of us have a master. And, I often think of this as if I was to imagine my life as a circle or a wheel, and with different aspects of my life being on different spokes of the wheel. For example, my career, my family, my things, my possessions, my achievements, all of that. And if I ask myself, what is in the center? Am I child-centered? Am I spouse-centered? What is it that is running the show more than anything else? So the Arabic word Andad that Allah uses in this verse refers to rivals or equals, things or people that are loved, obeyed, or dependent on as one should rely on Allah. This can include leaders, it can include material possessions, and include our families, people that we aim to please the most, and sometimes our love for them can lead us astray. It includes ambitions or even personal desires that take precedence in one's heart. The verse reminds us that true faith strengthens and prioritizes love for Allah above all else. But those who truly believe Allah have a love which is not symbolic, it is not superficial, it is real, it is powerful, and it is life-shaping. It is the center of their existence, and their love and their world is structured based on this love. So let's take an example. So for example, when we have young children or even growing children, our life really tends to revolve around them. More than anything, we want them to be happy, we want them to be safe, and they pull our heartstrings. they seem to be at the center of our existence, isn't it? And that's the time when we really need to kind of reflect, is our love for them shaping our lives, or is it the love for Allah? Because if it is them who are at the center of our existence, then that is when we can get into trouble. Because remember, when we love things which are imperfect by nature, which have their own agenda by nature, which are transitory by nature, then, when things go wrong in that aspect of our life, whether it is our spouses, whether it is our children, it can really mess us up. So when God is at the center, first of all, it helps us put everything else in its right place. When we are guided by, values and the system of God, it helps us organize our life in a way that works and does not allow us to prioritize things more than they should be prioritized. So having said that, how do we increase this love of God? What increases the love? Because it's not merely an abstract concept. It is an emotion that is deeply rooted in belief, and it can be cultivated through conscious effort. The more we recognize His presence in our life, the deeper our love for Him grows. So here are some ways perhaps to strengthen this love. First of all, knowing Allah's qualities. You cannot really love someone or something that you don't know. So how do we know Allah? By reflecting on His names, His attributes, recognizing His mercy, His justice, His wisdom, and His compassion. Feeling it in our lives, looking around, recognizing how we have been taken care of since before we came on this planet and even after we leave. Who has been with us before, during, and after. Secondly, by appreciating His blessings. Everything we have, our health, relationships, sustenance, guidance. Here's the thing, even the ability to recognize and appreciate His blessings is from Him. He is the source. It may come through other people, but He is the one who put those people in our way and made them facilitate them getting these gifts to us. So acknowledging these gifts, it fosters love and it fosters gratitude. When someone does something for us, we naturally feel a sense of affection towards them. And when we continue to recognize everything around us that has been given, even things which are not personal to us, the sun, the moon, this world, the beautiful sky, all of these things, when we recognize that these were actually created for the love of human beings. This Goldilocks universe, as it has been called, was created in perfection to sustain human life. This is the love of our divine master for us. So, when we understand His love for us, when we understand how this world has been perfectly designed to nurture human life, including ours, that how His love is greater than that of any parent for this child, how He calls us back to Him with mercy and compassion every time we slip, how He keeps forgiving us, keeps guiding us, keeps forgiving us. When we are in touch and when we reflect on all of these things, it naturally increases our love for Him. Of course, Dhikr and reflection, as we have said yesterday, regular remembrance of Allah through prayer, through supplication, and through reflection strengthens our connection with Him and deepens our love. Reflecting on His word. So, the Quran is His love letter to humankind. He created us and then He gave us a manual which teaches us how to perfect ourselves, how to live on this world so that both of our lives, this life and the life to come, both of these things are taken care of. So when we read His love letter to us, when we recognize how much He cares to give us this beautiful manual for existence, it deepens our love for Him. Let's turn now to some beautiful words from Imam Zainul Abideen alayhi salam, from the Sahifa Sajjadiyah. And this is from the Munajat al-Muhibbin, the whispered prayer of those who love Allah. So he says, he beautifully articulates the yearning of our heart in love with its Creator. He says, I ask from you love for you, and love for those who love you, love for every work which will join me to your nearness. This is so beautiful. I ask from you love for you, because again we know that without His tawfiq, without His guidance, we would be so lost. So we cannot even love God without Him loving us and reaching out to us. He goes on to say, and that you make yourself more beloved to me than anything other than you. Again, we need to ask Him to do this. We cannot do it on our own. And he says, and make my love for you lead to your pleasure, and my yearning for you protect against disobeying you. So not only does this prayer encapsulate the essence of divine love, not only loving Allah, but seeking to make Him the most beloved presence in our heart, it also reminds us that true love leads to obedience, aligning our actions with His pleasure. Because when we recognize how perfect He is and how He has guided us through His perfection for our benefit, it should naturally lead to submission, to obedience, which we will talk about next time. So our reflection for today: what competes with my love for Allah in my heart? What is distracting me? And how can I actively increase my love for Him? What can I do on a regular basis? And lastly, how does my relationship with Allah shape my daily decisions and priorities? Does my love for Him show in my actions? Is it clear in my life and how I've structured my life that I love Him? Or is it simply lip service that I pay? So may Allah grant us hearts that love Him above all else, and may this love bring us closer to His infinite mercy and guidance and compassion. Ameen.